What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Chinnist. Today is September 5th, Wednesday, New Comic Book Day. I have my haul here of 22 with 19 different titles. I have read through this stack. Congratulations to Edwin Ocasio. You're the lucky winner of last week's Death of Superman free digital giveaway. I sent you a comment with my email. Please get back to me. For this week, I have Deadpool 2. To enter, you must be 18 or have parental consent. Please give this video a thumbs up and comment, "I want Deadpool," down below. Starting off on the DC side, we have Justice League. Love this complete reboot by Scott Snyder. That last run by Brian Hitch was really subpar in my opinion. This reboot really has this big epic feel all the way through in my opinion. So you have the Legion of Doom, who has the Ultraviolet Core, really their big backbone here, and their home planet being Umbrax. There's a portal between Umbrax and the Earth right now, which is Justice League is trying to shut down. So again, love this title. Big epic battle all the way through from the start to the from the beginning all the way to the end, in my opinion. So yeah, love it. Justice League number 7. Adventures of Super Sons number 2. Love this title overall, really due to the banter between these two main characters, Damian and Jonathan Kent. Love them, man. Just love that. Just love the camaraderie between the two. So this one, the last issue, really introduced the Junior Legion of Doom, all really led by this Junior Lex Luthor, of course. Come to find out, he really instrumented, not only getting his band together, but he really created these characters, was what you find out in the background, including the Joker, and some of these others that they kind of introduce here. So there's a little bit of a twist at the end, someone kind of turns. Someone who you would not really expect, to tell you the truth. Pretty good twist there. But yeah, Lex Luthor trying to get into other dimensions to try to get other fighters for his cause. Love the title so far, love the story arc. So yeah, Super Sons. Deathstroke versus Batman. So this is Deathstroke number 35. This concludes the story between Damian in regard to, there's a DNA test that came out to where Deathstroke was the father. Bruce Wayne was trying to figure out if that was true or false. So they kind of retcon things that kind of happened in the past in order to get the storyline out. But very good storyline overall. You do find out, the readers find out who the true father is of Damian. Bruce Wayne and Alfred actually do not find out, but the readers actually see the true DNA test. So pretty cool. I won't spoil that if you're going to read through it yourself. But really enjoy this story arc overall. Good crossover. Damian, fighting alongside Deathstroke and getting a lot of one-on-one time with him. Thought was pretty cool. So yeah, Deathstroke number 35. Number 1 by DC, Cover. So pretty cool concept here. You have the CIA who starts to gain interest in some of these comic book writers. They find out that there's comic book conventions all over the world that happen all the time. Regardless of the country, a lot of hostile type of countries. These comic book writers and artists kind of slip in under the radar. No one really gives them any second notice whatsoever. So the CIA starts to, implement a plan to try to recruit some of these comic book industry players to basically gain intelligence, to kind of like drop things along the way. So a lot of that came from the premise. You don't get too much of that storyline here in this first issue. The storyline, intriguing. The artwork, I just could not get past the artwork. It kind of changed throughout the entire storyline without any rhyme or reason, to tell you the truth, from my perspective. So, the art is something I just could not get past, even though the storyline was pretty decent. So I do not think I will be picking up a number 2. Pick up a number 1 to get your own opinion, but I'm going to be passing on number 2. Another number 1 by DC, United States Murder Inc. Versus Murder Inc. So this one is all about the mob, and I usually stay away from any type of mob type of stories. This one's pretty good. This one's a little bit different. So you have a hitman working for the mob. Here he is being thrown to his death on page number 1. He completely dies, he splatters on the ground. I will be passing that one up, but come to find out he does have a little daughter. His daughter is aware that, there was a mob and, her daddy did something for it, but not really too in tune with what he actually did. She had an uncle who always kind of oversaw her father and herself. So they get the father's murderer and put her in for a little test. What is she going to do? She gets all over this guy, just straight up just kills this guy. So she joins the mob. She is going to become a hitman. So one of those child hitmen who, wants to aspire to be like one of the best killers in the world. So it's been done before, but I don't know. This one kind of attracted me. The art itself, without the storyline, feels really like maybe a 2.5 on the artwork, but with the storyline, maybe 3.25. I may be picking this one up in trade. Interesting storyline, but not enough to pick up a number 2 in floppy for me, but I think I will be picking this one up in trade. Moving on to Marvel, Avengers number 7. So yet another reboot similar to Justice League. Jason Aaron, man, love that writer as well, man. Just pretty much second right underneath Donny Cates right now, for me personally. So this one kind of focused around the origin story of the Ghost Rider, who you see, I think he made his first appearance in, what was it? I think it was Marvel Legacy. I think it's where he made his first appearance. And that's where you actually see the woolly mammoth, on fire. And I think he's dead in that one. I think you see him ride it in one panel, and the next panel he's dead. I think, this is, you may see one of the woolly mammoths that died in that first issue. But again, this is really the origin story. You have Cro-Magnon, I think is what they're writing this little clan to be. This kid is a little bit more evolved. He started becoming more human, our current species right now. So he's more intelligent than his clan. He doesn't really fit in. You have a stranger come in, and the stranger dressed in white transforms and basically kills his entire clan. Leaves the little boy alive, for no real reason, but leaves him alive, says, basically come find me. Little boy gets out there, encounters a snake, becomes the Ghost Rider. And this is where he kind of makes a pact with Mephisto to actually become the Ghost Rider. And you get to see the first time where he actually rides the woolly mammoth, on fire. Pretty cool. So yeah, if you enjoy this, that little introduction of that million BC Ghost Rider, definitely pick this one up, as this is his origin story. But a pretty interesting storyline overall. Really enjoyed this one. So yeah, Avengers number 7. Yet another Ghost Rider. So this is the future version, Cosmic Ghost Rider, written by Donny Cates. Anything to Donny Cates right now is completely on fire, man. So this last issue actually introduced this future version of the Guardians of the Galaxy. This one's actually led by a future version of Cable. And you had a couple first appearances, including that Juggerduck. Thought he was a pretty cool character. But this entire title, man, very fast-paced, zany, big battle feel to it, in my opinion, just all the way through. So if you did enjoy that if you enjoyed this Cosmic Ghost Rider character in Thanos series, this one really picked up, where that left off, and just, man, really enjoyed it, man. A lot of great humor all the way through, in my opinion. So yeah, a lot of new introductions for these future characters, because Cable just kind of keeps on warping them in. So a lot of new introductions, but a lot of them die, like right away, to tell you the truth, without giving too much away. So yeah, if you enjoyed that last Cosmic Ghost Rider, man, you definitely check this one out. Thanos Legacy. I think just one more that I had from Donny Cates this week. So I picked up a cover C as well. I think it was cover C. So this is the George Perez cover C. So again, this Thanos left off where that last Thanos kind of left off, where he fought his future version and they introduced the Cosmic Ghost Rider. They kind of touch on that a little bit here to start off. They also get right into the Infinity Prime issue where Thanos was actually killed by Requiem. So that's touched on here as well. So they, Donny Cates really ties, everything together, and they're kind of like looking at the entire Marvel universe, making sure there's a lot of continuity going on, man. Really enjoy it. So here's Requiem, who basically just killed him right here. So yeah, if you enjoyed that last Thanos run by Donny Cates, I would say definitely pick this one up. But you really have to know what's going on in the Infinity Wars current series that's not even finished right now, but you got to kind of know what's going on here. So yeah, check it out. Thanos Legacy number 1. Asgardians of the Galaxy. Not really too in tune to a lot of the Thor universe, to tell you the truth. I picked this one up just to have a number one. Seemed pretty interesting, you know, overall to me. Some of the characters that they kind of started introducing, or I'm sorry, these characters have been known characters, but new characters to me, just because I really don't pick up too much Thor. So yeah, pretty good artwork throughout this. I would say maybe like a 3.75. Pretty good battle scenes all the way through. The characters were not enough to really intrigue me to pick up a number two or continue this as an ongoing series. If you knew the characters, I think this was a very good setup here to bring the team together and kind of set off the series, in my opinion. So yeah, if you're into the Thor Asgardian side of things, I would say definitely pick this one up. Asgardians of the Galaxy. Astonishing XMen. So as you may know, I pick up all the X-Men titles out there right now. Really love them all. So this team was kind of rebuilt up and led by Havoc. Havoc went from being evil to good. He kind of explains here a little bit more, you know, why he was evil and what that little change was. I guess his team kind of buys it, makes a little bit of, you know, makes sense. So here in this one issue, you find out why he brought this team together, and the team finds out that it's really due to personal motives of Havoc. You know, it's not really an X-Men dream that they're doing here. It's really personal motives by Havoc. So I'll let you read through. You know, I don't want to give too much away, but you know, pretty good, you know, adult situations here. You know, a lot of good drama, in my opinion. I would say if I was younger when I first read through X-Men, I would have not enjoyed this whatsoever. But you know, being older now, a little bit more experience with life, you know, I really do enjoy these dramatic storylines with these characters. So yeah, Astonishing X-Men. Star Wars. All right, number 53. Man, love anything Star Wars related. Great battle, great space battle here that we're going through right now. The Rebel fleet is being surrounded by the Imperial fleet, and they're just getting slaughtered, just one capital ship by the next. You had a Darth Vader fight with the Millennium Falcon on its last legs here. Great stuff, man. It really that intensive feel to it all the way through, you know, page to page. So yeah, if you are a Star Wars fan, I definitely suggest to pick up the trades. Weapon X, and I just love this cover, man. I thought, you know, the realism of it, man, just loved it. So yeah, love anything that is basically Wolverine kind of like related now at this point in time. So yeah, love this team, the banter, you know, especially introducing Deadpool, the banter all the way through this one kind of has you laughing all the way through, even though there's, you know, they're fighting and punching, slicing each other in every single page, man. So yeah, just the high intensity, the high battle all the way through. Hard to put this one down. So yeah, if you're really looking for the action-packed type of title, this is it, man. Weapon X. X-Men Gold. So Storm went off in a little solo mission, a little solo storyline, you know, so to speak. Starts her little epic battle with this, with the God of the Dead, you know, we'll call him. Kind of raised her entire village into realism, kind of alter reality in a sense. So this one kind of, she's been fighting him, you know, solo, a lot of solo storyline, brings the entire team to kind of finish him off. So yeah, epic battle all the way through. A lot of good fight scenes this week. Moving on to Image, The Last Siege. So this is a little bit more of a timepiece, more realism, you know, no magic involved whatsoever. But if you're into the medieval type of peace periods here, you know, I would say definitely check this one out. Great storyline. Very, very decent artwork. You kind of feel trapped, you know, kind of in the storyline, kind of how the characters are, you know, as they're battling their way out of captivity. You really kind of feel it. So yeah, really enjoy this one. If you're into the medieval times, check it out. The Last Siege. Leviathan. So this one's just kind of like a little zany type of fun storyline here. So you had this guy who had a board game. The board game actually brought back, you know, demons and monsters. So the government's getting involved now. The government thinks that these demons are actually dinosaurs. So they're putting together the mechas and everything to fight these demons. Pretty good storyline, pretty funny, you know, kind of all the way through. At the very end, they kind of start mixing the genre. So we have like an 80s, like radioactive monsters kind of like merging in with this one here. So we'll kind of see where that one goes, but very, very zany, funny type of storyline here. Leviathan. Bully Wars #1, and I did pick up actually 2. I meant to pick up 1 and give 1 to my buddy, and I completely forgot. I'll give it to him a little bit later. But I got 2 copies of the uncensored version of the one of the main bullies farting on his friend. So yeah, the other one's a little bit pixelated, and they call that one censored. So yeah, Bully Wars is really about one bully versus the next, as the title calls out, but you have 8th graders moving into high school, and you have the main bully coming out of junior high into high school, getting bullied by the current bullies in high school. So, I'm sure that happens all the time. I don't know anyone like that by any means, but yeah, pretty funny storyline, kind of to set it up. The artwork really reminded me of Garbage Pail Kids. I don't know why. So the storyline is actually by Scotty Young, but the artwork is not by Scotty Young. It has a Scotty Young feel to it, but it's actually not Scotty Young. So yeah, okay overall. Not enough for me to pick up at #2. Maybe trade, but good to have a #1 nonetheless. Couple from Aftershock Dark Ark. So this is #10. I think they're going to conclude this at #12 is what I saw. So very good storyline overall, very, very dark. I love how they take, little pieces of history, or history that we know it, or as we know it, and kind of start to twist it into their own storyline. So very, very intriguing. So you have the good arc, the dark arc, but this one is really an epic battle against the monster. So this is the mother of all monsters, or so she claims to be, the god of all the monsters. And here you kind of have some of the monsters kind of like pushing back against her, stating that, hey, there's no reason for us to serve you. You're just yet another monster. And so you have this big epic battle against her. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. It kind of really all built up to this one big battle here over the past 6 issues or so. So yeah, pretty good feel to it. Really enjoy it. Dark Ark by Cullen Bunn. Love that other writer as well. All right, Pestilence, A Story of Satan. So the first one really dealing with zombies. Really enjoy that one. This one, a little bit different feel to it, a little different genre. This is more of like a, possession, like the current like Nun movie that's out there. A little bit more of that feel to it. But love the artwork, man. This artwork, I really feel 4.25 to 4.5 out of 5. Love this artwork, man. It's way up there on my scale. So yeah, if you're into the zombies, into the dark, demon type possession type of storylines in the medieval genre, check this one out. Pestilence, A Story of Satan. All right, last for y'all, got one from Titan. This is Elric, the White Wolf. I noticed that this one was sold out. I really don't know too much about this one. So if y'all can tell me down below why this one was sold out. Don't know whatever other connection there was to it, but it looked like this was a continuation. It doesn't really tell you what that first story arc was or what that title was called, because this is not volume 2. So not really sure where this one started out, but there's definitely like a big history with a lot of characters. There's like a rich world that's already built up, I could tell. So this was very, very dense, man. Very, very good. Man, I would say the artwork itself is maybe like a 4, but the storyline, man, I would give the storyline maybe like a 4.5, 4.75. Man, it was way up there. So again, I've never heard anything about this. Don't know why it's sold out. Pretty cool. So this guy is not, I thought he was like a elf or something. He's not, he's just an albino. Doesn't have any powers, but this dark sword apparently takes your soul. So he's wielding this, super, magic sword here, but he's a regular guy. So yeah, pretty cool storyline overall. He's like a death bringer, so to speak. So I'm definitely going to be checking out that #2, but yeah, curious why this one sold out. So guys, if you tell me down below, I am curious. So yeah, Elric the White Wolf. Guys, if you would, please remember my free giveaway for this week. That's all I have for this week. Should you enjoy what you see here, please like and subscribe. We'll talk to you later.